Hi guys, well this video is just to talk to you about the way I do my readings on this channel, and I will post the link of this video every single time so you can refer to it every time you need it, because I don't really want to repeat myself every time at the start of the readings. It's gonna save me time, it's gonna save me uploading time, and yeah, so I wanted to make a video with all of the information right there, and if you have questions about the way I do my readings that I haven't answered in this video, please comment in the section below. Post your question and I will answer it. So all the information about this stuff will be all here, okay? So the readings I do on my channel are general. So this means it's not gonna resonate with everyone. For example, if I do a reading for Libra, which is my sun sign, it will not resonate with all people who have Libra sun, or even Libra moon, rising, or Venus, or even Jupiter. This is because we all have different charts, astrological charts, and we have different lives. We are individually affected by planetary energies in a different way because of where we were born or when we were born. I'm not an astrologer, but I really do understand the energies like that, and our lives are different because of that, because we have different lives. But if I do if I intend to do a general reading for Libra people, for example, it's gonna connect with a large group of people who have Libra in their chart, talking about relationships, because that's what I'm focusing on, especially romantic ones. So a lot of you will resonate with this reading, for example, but if it doesn't, it's because other energies are stronger at this time in your chart, so in your life, and you might need to look at other signs from your chart, which are the signs from your rising, your moon, your Venus or Jupiter. Those are affecting your relationships. So yeah, sometimes if I watch a reading for Libra, for example, and it doesn't resonate with me, most of the time the moon sign will do resonate. And sometimes I'll get also like more information with my rising, Venus and Jupiter. Okay, so we really have to be open-minded and smart about it. I know some people do binge watch videos on YouTube. I don't really recommend that because it is more confusing than anything else most times. But if you have a kind of a quiet and logical approach to it, if you have like looking for a specific answer, you let yourself be guided to the readings that are gonna help you have a deeper insight to look for this answer. Sometimes you will get it straight away. Sometimes it will give you cues about what is the answer, and most times the answer is within you already. So the tarot readings are really here to help you, not to go against you. So if you're too stressed out, if you're feeling low, or and you're not feeling great, tarot readings, especially general ones, are not a great place to go to, because it might stress you even more. It might create havoc in your mind, and this is not a great place to be. What you need to do in those times is really meditate and have some peaceful time, and rest, rejuvenate, and then when you feel okay, and you need guidance, then you can watch a tarot reading. I think it's the best way to put it. So my intentions when I do the readings is to be like for love relationships, but could be also talking about other kinds of connections, like family connections, or friends or co-workers, business partners. As long as it is something that really matters to you, that's really, you know, um, important for you at this time and the time you watch the reading. So it can come up, okay? But I will talk about the readings as if it were a love relationship. If it's not, you have to be, to see it in a different perspective, as if it were like not love, but understand the energies that way. So the readings also are not gender specific. You have court cards in tarot, but especially in general readings, I can't say, okay, this is a guy, this is a girl. It's more complex than that. I could give you all of the possibilities, and it's gonna last for a long time. So it's better to read just the energies the way they appear. We all have feminine and masculine energies in each and every one of us. Men and women, it doesn't matter. So yeah, you have to recognize that, as it is. You can be watching a reading for a man, for example, but the energies would come up like very feminine, but you have to recognize that they have that as well within them, and that's the part of them that is actually coming out in the reading, and you have to be able to recognize those energies within the reading. Okay. Also, yeah, so the time frame for the readings, for example, if I'm doing a reading for January 2021, the situation I'm gonna describe, it can be like going on for a while already, and you already know most of what I'm gonna talk about, and sometimes you don't know yet, and it's gonna happen, maybe out in February. It doesn't matter, like time is fluid, and the energies that come up, it's just the energies that are important for you to know about. So sometimes you have to come back and watch it, and it's gonna make sense later. And sometimes you already know, it's something that you've just experienced, and you've already into something else. Yeah, that can happen. But as it is general, we all go through these things. So but if it comes out, I believe that if it comes out at a specific time, it is important to get that situation in mind for some reason, because it's going to be important. It's going to play maybe a big part in your life, or it's going to be important in some way. So maybe there's something that you need to hear out of this reading, or maybe you need to, if it's something that just happened to you, maybe you need to look at it in a different perspective with the guidance, for example, and know how to process things, and what you're gonna know what to do next, for the next time, and or coming up with the evolution of the situation. Okay, so yeah, so how I do my readings now. What I do before I start recording, I meditate on the cards for each sign. Sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes not so much. I really need to get into that quiet space and quiet my mental, my thoughts, my mind. And sometimes it takes longer than other times. I do my best. I'm an air sign, so at times it can be very challenging. But it takes some time, so I don't recall that, especially that while I'm meditating, I'm not talking, so it's pointless to do that. You could be watching, like, just seeing my hands, and nothing's happening, so there's no point in doing that. But then when I shuffle the cards, when I got all the messages through that I channeled, I write them down, so I make sure I don't forget anything. And then I start shuffling the cards, and I lay them down on the table, but that I'm still not recording at this point, because sometimes it takes a long time as well. Sometimes it comes out very quickly. It's like in 1 minute it's all done, and other times it takes like 5 minutes. So it's 5 more minutes to upload for me, and I have a crappy internet. So my connection is like pretty bad, and I can't do anything about it. I live in the countryside on an island, which is actually a big mountain in the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm not living in a big city. So yeah, internet is slow over here, and I have to deal with that. So I want to make my videos shorter as much as possible and get right into the reading. So that's why as well I'm doing this video today. Yeah, so what I get, the messages I get when I meditate as well, I forgot to tell you. For those who don't know, when you channel messages, all your senses start, giving you insight or clues about what the reading is going to be about. Sometimes I see things through vision, the third eye. Sometimes I hear things. Sometimes I feel things, like with the touch, kinesthetic. Sometimes I have the taste of something. Sometimes I have the smell of something. Those are not very often. It doesn't happen often, but mostly it's the vision and hearing. That's what I get the most. Sometimes other things. Sometimes it's like I'm an empath as well, so sometimes I have a feeling like that comes up, and it's like really strong, and yeah, I know it's not my own feeling because I'm in a meditative state, so I'm not my mind is not thinking about anything, and my body is still, my soul is still, it's like I'm just open. Okay, so I'm channeling something. It's not everything that comes through, it's not mine. So, and I really do make the difference with that. So yeah, so that's what happens when I channel the messages. The messages I get won't resonate with everybody, but some people specifically need to pay attention, so it will really resonate with a few people. Sometimes it's incredible how accurate it gets. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell is this? But I just I just say whatever came through, and sometimes even if it seems weird to me, it's gonna make sense to someone out there. So I just I just say everything that I got. Yeah, so another thing as well about the readings, the energies can be, I do the readings, the spread I'm doing most of the time is like about 2 people. And sometimes it can be reversed because it depends what you have in your chart. Sometimes it can be affecting more, I can describe the energies of one person and it can be actually the other person, not the person I'm reading the energies for. So that happens in general readings, so know that this is totally normal, but the story has to make sense for you. If it doesn't make sense, don't try to make it fit. It doesn't it doesn't serve you if you do that. You really need to be honest with yourself. It's not because you really need an answer that you're gonna necessarily find it in that reading, okay? So you need to be honest with yourself on that, and know that someone else needs to hear what is said within the reading, and that's truly their story, and they need to hear the guidance and all that. And yeah, so about the guidance. The guidance is really here to help you within a situation that you're going through, a situation that might be difficult. Most people come to watch tarot readings when it is difficult, when something doesn't make sense, or they need some reassurance. It's when you need some help in some kind of way. So the guidance is very important. I find it difficult to just do a tarot reading and not give any guidance. To me, it's pointless. It's not about just about the predictions, because you still have free will in whatever situation you find yourself in. You always have free will. What life needs to teach you, it's gonna teach you in one way or another. But what happens within that life, it's yours to choose. Okay, so whatever situation you find difficult, you need help, you need insight, the guidance is here to help you, and it's helping you for your best interest. It's for the best results for yourself as a being. Okay, it might not be the result that you have in mind, that you want, but it's here really to teach you something. The guidance is gonna lead you to something that you're gonna learn as well. Okay, that's gonna be valuable, and you can make your life better with. Okay, so that's what it's made for. It's gonna really help you get the best out of your situation. Okay. Yeah, so that guidance, it's here to help you. You have the choice to use it or not, and different things are gonna happen whether you use it or not. And if you use it, it's gonna definitely broaden your view on the situation, and it's gonna help you pinpoint some things that you need to pay attention for. So yeah, overall, the readings, they're here, they're meant to help you, to get a better perspective and understanding of what is happening in your life, why it is happening. It can kind of remind you that some things can happen over and over again, and that you need to learn something so it doesn't happen again. Sometimes it's a new situation, and it's just here to help you navigate it and make sure that you get the best out of it, and not not be destroyed by whatever happens if it's tough. Sometimes the readings, they're very positive, and sometimes they're like not so great. And when it's not so great, I really do feel it. It's really hard on me, because I'm an empath, and it's like, wow, I have to deliver those messages. I have to do it in French and in English, and then in French, and so it's really tough. And sometimes I can't do a second reading, a second sign right away. I have to have a break. But the readings are meant to help you. Okay, so never forget that. It's not like here to tell you what you want to hear, it's here to tell you what you need to hear. Yeah, so what I wanted to say as well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, so definitely when you watch a reading, don't be too emotional. Quiet your mind, quiet your heart. It's be still. Make a 5-minute do a 5-minute meditation, so it's easier for you, and you're gonna get more clarity out of the reading if your emotions are not in the way. If you're too emotional, you're not gonna hear everything that you need to hear. You're not gonna pay attention necessarily to the right things, and especially in the private readings as well. A lot of people ask me for readings, and they're not in a good place. They're not feeling good. They're stressed. They're worried, and that energy affects their lives and affects their situation, and it affects the reading as well, and it affects me, because I pick up on those energies, and whatever comes out in the cards, then it looks like a big mess because of your energies. So the more still your energies are, the clearer the outcome is, and you really have to understand this. um, it's not so much about the outcome, it's about how you go about the situation you're going through. Know that everything happens for a reason, that whatever happens, it's for your best interest, even if it's tough, even if it's like ugly, even, there's always, the tougher, the harder. I've been through shitty times, I'm telling you. I can tell you, like, there are some years I wouldn't like to go back to them, because that's, I wouldn't like to go back to the past just because it's been very difficult. But when I look back now, I've learned so much, and it makes me the way I am now, and with the understanding I have now, and it's so precious. So don't underestimate that. But whatever situation, again, that you're going through, don't stress over it. Quiet your mind, and know that everything happens for the best, that you always have a solution. There are more solutions than problems. Know that as well. So you need really to take the time to see this in a brighter way, because a lot of people see things in a very negative way, and it's not helping them. And yeah, know that, as well, that tarot and oracle cards and, all kind of readings, even tea leaves and coffee cup readings or whatever it is, those are arts, which means it is not science. So it cannot be every single time 100% accurate, because you can change the outcome. Time keeps flowing, and whatever you choose to do after that, whatever you choose to feel, whatever you choose to do, it's affecting everything else. So at one given time you can do a reading and predict something, and sometimes you can, because you have that knowledge, you can choose to change everything. And sometimes if you just forget about it, and your energy is still, on the line from where you had when you had the reading, it's gonna unfold the way it was predicted, because you didn't change the energy so much. So know that as well. You always have the power over your life. The cards do not dictate your life, and it really has to bring something positive for you. If it doesn't do that, you shouldn't watch. Okay? And if some people come, I've seen some people coming to my channel saying, oh no, that's not my story, or that's things are not exactly like that. Then it's not your reading. And some people are offended if I don't say something that they want to hear. And it's not the it's not the goal of the reading. It's not to sugarcoat things and say what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear. Okay, so make sure that you have you're coming from the right place here with that, because it can be tricky if you don't have the right frame of mind. Okay, it's really important to understand what tarot is, what it can do for you, and how you can use it. Okay, and if you have any questions about that, pop your questions below. I'm gonna answer it, and it's gonna be there for anyone who needs to have the same answer. Okay, so this video is created for that, and it's gonna be posted in every description box of every video I'm gonna make, so you can refer to it. Okay, so I hope that it's been lighting your lantern here, that it's really helping you. Make sure that you do everything you can for yourself, and always come first before others, because if you don't do that, it's gonna deplete your energy, Always do things for yourself first, in order to be able to give love around you, to give your time, your energy. Always give it to yourself first, okay? And always come from that perspective. It's not being egoist or, selfish. It's really about preserving yourself and being the best self that you can be. So you can show up in the world in a better version of yourself every time, okay? You need to do that. So make good use of those readings, all right? So I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for listening, and I hope it helped you understanding what I do, okay? One thing I wanted to talk about as well. It's about the soulmate, twin flame, and past life connections, karmic relationships. One thing I want to state here, because I do see a lot of people on YouTube who use those terms to talk about certain connections, okay? In my readings, I don't use those words, and I know those words gets when they are put in a title, people get a lot of clicks and a lot of views and whatever. I'm still not gonna do that, because to me it's about a belief. But in my readings, if I feel that there is a connection that is very strong, I'm gonna say it, okay? So whatever whatever way you see it, it could be like soulmate. So soulmate is someone very important to you, that has a strong energy, a strong bond. This is gonna teach you something beautiful or something less beautiful, but it's gonna help you grow. That's someone who is going to help you grow in any way, shape or form. That's the way I see this. Then you have like the twin flames. For some people it's like half of your soul, or it's like you got separated and now you're looking for each other. I don't really believe in that, because I feel that we are all from the same source. So I don't believe that there is only one person somewhere that is like us, and that we have lost at some point and that we're looking for them. I don't believe that. But I believe we are all from the same source, so we are all twin flames in some way. So we're all different, though. There are no two people exactly the same. I don't believe that. We can be very similar to some people, but I don't believe there are two people, the same. So know that's my belief, but you're free to think otherwise, of course. And whatever I say in the readings, you can refer to it as a twin flame. I don't mind, but I'm gonna explain it with my own words and making it as simple as possible. For the past life connections, past life connections to me are just people that you meet them and you know them. You don't need a reader to tell you that. You know that if you meet someone and they feel so, you feel like you've known them all your life, or that's, it just is, So that would be the kind of person that would be referred to as a past life connection. For the karmic people, I believe that everyone can be a karmic to you. People can be a soulmate and a karmic. It depends in what area of your life. You can be, married to someone who's a karmic parent to your children. With you, they can be karmic with you about your children and being your soulmate in your, romantic area, So it really depends. Karmic, to me, it's about, it doesn't have to be from a past life. It could be in this same life. It's karma is simply something you do, the energy you put out, it's what you get back, good or bad. It doesn't have to be bad, but it's just the energy you put out. You're gonna learn from that when it comes back. So whatever you do, you get back. That's it. That's just an energy exchange. So anyone can be a karmic at some point. I don't believe that it's one person labeled as a karmic and that's gonna affect you, forever. Like, no, it's just, it's just an exchange of energy. So a person can be a karmic at some point, and the next year they're gonna be your soulmate. It's like, I do see it like that. So to me, it has to do more with energy than people, honestly. So it's what we experience with people. You can have like soulmate moments with some people, and having a karmic moment with those same people, and then it's sometimes it's gonna be just like neither. So you have to be wise about it and understand it your way. That's my personal take on that, but I'm losing my voice, so it's gonna be about time that I stop here. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to add. Really, yeah, soulmate, karmic, past life connections, you know what it is, okay, at any given time. And sometimes, yeah, you feel that someone is your soulmate, it's like the love of your life, and it can be at some points in your life. It can be very important. If in the present moment it's like that important to you, yeah, it is. But maybe in 10 years' time, it's not gonna be anymore. It doesn't mean it wasn't your soulmate. It means that it's, life kept evolving. So you have to go along with that, okay? And if someone is a karmic at some point, they don't have to be 10 years down the line, okay? Like, once the energy exchange is done, it's done. Then it's yours to choose if you want to keep being in that energy exchange or not, okay? So that said, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for listening, and I hope this video helped you, or maybe if it raised some questions for you, well, just do so, and I leave the answers below. And yeah, so everyone who gets to this video will access the answers as well. Okay, so thank you and see you soon.